The Giants went mad with power this offseason and could very well be at the top of the list of teams that will make me laugh this season. With the lineup, they do have a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one, but I'm not that high on some of their acquisitions. Specifically, I'm not high on the Evan Longoria acquisition. I think the Kutch acquisition was really good, and I think he'll be pretty good in AT&T. He's not going to be hitting for power as much, but he will be able to get some good base hits given that AT&T is more of a ground ball hitter's park. And it's more of a ground ball, extra base hits hitter park rather than being a home run hitter's park, which is fine. And that also brings me to Brandon Belt. I mean, he doesn't hit a lot of home runs in AT&T because it's AT&T. And so then there's also Evan Longoria, the guy who they acquired, another big acquisition made this past offseason. And I don't like it that much. I don't. I mean, he'll be an excellent glove, but being that he's a third baseman, you want him to hit also. And I mean, he's not going to be able, I don't think he's going to do very well in terms of getting a lot of home runs, which is why I didn't think that the Giancarlo Stanton acquisition would have been something that would have worked out either, should it have happened. It didn't happen, and it's a good thing that it didn't happen for the Giants, considering that they would have a huge contract for many years to come. And I mean, Andrew McCutchen, pretty good consolation, even if it's just a one-year rental. But Longo, however, is locked up for long term, and I don't think he's going to be a very good fit. I don't think he's going to live by that contract. But then they also have Brandon Crawford and Hunter Pence, a couple of guys. I mean, Brandon Crawford had that one good season in 2015 where he was hitting a lot of home runs, but I mean, he's had some other good seasons, but he's really a glove. He's really a glove and not much of a hitter. Not that good. He's not that bad. He's not that bad, but he's not like this very good hitter. And so then there's Hunter Pence, a guy who is past his prime. He had a good season in 2016, but he was just not that good in 2017. And then there's also Austin Jackson, another acquisition, just a free agent acquisition, small one, but I think he'll be pretty good for them. And I mean, this lineup, it's really good because I still have Buster Posey to go along with Andrew McCutchen and others. So I'm giving their lineup a B+. I think it's a pretty good lineup, a really good lineup actually. Their depth, however, is not as good. I mean, they still have guys like Nick Hundley and Kelby Tomlinson. They picked up Gregor Blanco, who was on a couple of those World Series teams. Well, I know that he was on the 2012 one. I'm pretty sure he was on the 2014 one also. But he should be a pretty good acquisition for depth purposes. So otherwise, not much there in the bigs. But in the minors, they do have Hector Sanchez again. And then they also have Miguel Gomez and Josh Rutledge, Alan Hansen, and then there's Ryder Jones and Andres Blanco, and Jarrett Parker, Mac Williamson. Austin Slater is a guy that played a little bit last year, one of their better prospects that could come up this year. Another prospect that could come up this year is Chris Shaw, as well as Stephen Duggar, another outfielder prospect. And I mean, that's about it in terms of their prospects for this year, at least when it comes to their fielders and hitters. So I mean, their depth is not bad. It's pretty decent. I'll give it a C+. When it comes to their rotation, it's actually pretty underrated and it's actually pretty solid. I like what they have. Mad Bum and Johnny Cueto are both very good pitchers. Johnny Cueto is an excellent number 2 pitcher, and Madison Bumgarner is really good. He just got injured last year off of just being dumb with that dirt bike. I mean, come on now. That's just come on now. Now, Jeff Samardzija is injured as of right now, but he should be back for the season and he should be able to pitch in a good amount of games, and he's also a very good number 3 starter. So their rotation is very good. I think a couple of guys like Chris Stratton and Ty Black can be okay, I guess. Maybe not that good, but Tyler Beede is a guy that I think will be excellent. And so he's projected to come up in early 2018, Andrew Suarez is another guy that's predicted to come up this year. And so those guys might be able to fill in the last 2 spots in the rotation after Mad Bum, Johnny Cueto, and Shark. So the rotation, it gets a B right now. It gets a B right now because they still need to prove that last year, they still need to prove that it's not just a 3-man rotation, and that guys will be healthy enough as to where they won't struggle like they did last year. Although Justin Marcia and Johnny Cueto struggled mightily, and I don't think that'll happen again, I still need to see more than it right now before I put it higher than a B. Now with the bullpen, this bullpen is not that good. It's not that good. It's not that bad either. They actually made some acquisitions. Tony Watson was really the only one. Will Smith should be coming back this year after having Tommy John surgery last year. That should be a pretty good addition, especially since it's AT&T. But Mark Melancon, I guess he's just not a very good fit in the clubhouse or with AT&T. And so that's a bit of a problem. Hunter Strickland is also a bit of a problem. So the bullpen has too many question marks for me to put it higher than a C+. Tony Watson could be pretty good, but it's a could, and we'll see how that goes for him. And so yeah, this roster, they went mad with power, and they didn't do a lot to really improve from. They're going to improve because last year was just way worse than what they really should have been. They were way worse than what they really should have been, kind of like the 2014 Rangers. But they're going to have to be better. They're going to have to be better, and they're going to have to prove that last year really was a fluke. So, we'll see how this roster goes. With all of that, I'm not bullish on the Giants. Kutch is the only big acquisition that I see being a valuable one, and although the rotation will be better, the bullpen is still a giant question mark. See what I did there? No, it was pointing anyways. I'll probably be accused of being a biased hater because of this, but I have no issues with the Giants. They don't play in the same division or league as the Athletics, and I don't find them to be an unlikable organization, i.e., I don't buy into this rivalry, and my actual hate lies towards the Angels and the Rangers, since they both play in the same division as the A's. I will say that the Bay Bridge series does bring out excellent comedy of at NBCS Athletics versus at NBCS Giants, so I would love to see that continue. With all that said, the Giants have too many questions and not enough answers for me to take them seriously this year. The over-under for this team is 82-80 from Fangraphs. My final prediction is under, just by 1 win, but 81-81 and 4th in the NL West. Let me know if you agree. Let me know why I'm an inner hater that puts on a front and an idiot for underrating this squad. It is a prediction video, and that's what predictions are all about. So, I'm interested to see what you guys have to say. If it's rationale, then I'll respond. If not, then I won't take it seriously. But that'll do it for the Giants edition of my 2018 MLB season previews for every single team, and so long.